Musician Kate Nash appeared before a parliamentary committee to discuss the severe challenges facing artists in the wake of post-Brexit regulations on touring and working in Europe. The singer, celebrated for her breakthrough in the late 2000s with a chart-topping debut album and a major award win, detailed how rising costs and logistical barriers are making it nearly impossible for many performers to sustain their livelihoods. She shared that her most recent European tour resulted in a significant financial loss of £26,000, while her last UK tour cost her £13,000, figures that highlight the unsustainable nature of independent touring today. Nash described the emotional weight of these struggles, including having to let go of a crew member right before the holidays, a decision that left her feeling deep guilt despite her efforts to minimize expenses. As an employer who values her team, she expressed frustration at being forced into cost-cutting measures that contradict her principles. She warned lawmakers that without intervention, the UK risks damaging its cultural reputation and economic influence, as limiting artists' ability to perform internationally diminishes the global reach of British music and creativity. A central point in her testimony was the growing class divide in the industry. Nash argued that only those with substantial personal wealth or alternative income sources can afford to tour, effectively shutting out new talent from diverse backgrounds. She stressed that music should remain accessible and inclusive, not restricted by financial barriers related to class, race, gender, sexuality, or identity. Without support, the pipeline for emerging UK artists could dry up, harming the nation's cultural legacy and soft power abroad. Despite her own long career, significant fanbase, ticket sales, and streaming numbers, Nash revealed that she relies on an OnlyFans account to make touring viable. She explained that she launched the subscription page during a recent touring cycle primarily to draw attention to these issues, though it also provided genuine financial relief. The move generated media coverage and sparked conversations, but more importantly, it helped cover invoices and keep her operations afloat during stressful periods on the road. Nash recounted the moment she realized the extent of the crisis. While promoting an album with a packed schedule of North American, European, and UK dates, she faced mounting stress over unpaid bills approaching the end of the year. Skeptical at first about how dire things had become, the reality hit hard during extended travel. She saw OnlyFans as a quick, impactful way to address both the financial gap and the broader problem, and it proved effective in both regards. She also highlighted stories of fellow musicians resorting to extreme measures, selling instruments, furniture, or even homes, to survive. Opportunities to perform in Europe are often declined because they guarantee losses, creating a vicious cycle where artists cannot build momentum or connect with international audiences. Nash directed sharp criticism at major players in the industry, including streaming platforms and live entertainment conglomerates, accusing them of profiting disproportionately while artists bear all the risks. She described the current structure as exploitative and unregulated, with companies taking the majority of revenues while leaving performers desperate. The broken core of the music business, she said, demands urgent reform to make it financially viable and fair. Throughout her testimony, Nash emphasized her commitment to protecting the integrity of music as an art form available to everyone, not just the privileged. Her decision to speak openly about using OnlyFans was both strategic, to amplify the issue, and practical, born of necessity during a time when traditional income streams fell short. She urged policymakers to consider the long-term consequences for UK culture and to implement changes that ease the burden on artists.